Hey guys, it's Tim coming at you with a brand new episode of The Spotlight, the show where I pose an interesting question or just a general interesting idea and then have you guys take it from there in the comments. So the topic today is actually something I've been thinking about a lot recently, and I've been trying to think of the best way to tackle talking about it. And basically, the way that I thought best to ask the question would be this. Is it okay to view something that is considered a classic by many, if not overall, dated? And I'm sure that we've all had an experience with a movie or a game or a book that's considered a classic by tons of people that when we eventually watched it or read it or played it, we just didn't really get the appeal of it. Does this mean that the thing was bad to begin with? Well, no, not necessarily, and also can come down to a matter of taste, but there's also the point that you have to look at that not everything that's being written at a specific time is going to hold up to modern criticism. As culture, technology, and taste change over time, there's obviously going to be things that aren't going to gel as well with a culture later on than one that was being written in at the time. For example, there are films that probably a few of us have seen from the 30s and 40s, which probably most of the people listening to this didn't live through, that you probably didn't see the appeal of when you watched them right away. It's not that the movie was badly made, it's just that tastes change over time, so not everything is going to hit the same way with every audience that sees it. It doesn't stop something from becoming a classic. It just means that not everyone will be as receptive to it as its reputation may indicate. And the difference in time that this could take place doesn't necessarily have to be as far apart as the 30s to today. It could be something that's happened within your own lifetime. Like if you've watched a TV show or played a game that was really popular back when you were young that you never got around to, and then when you saw it as an adult or played it as an adult, you didn't really get why it was so popular. And the reason I bring this up is because when something becomes very popular and becomes a staple of a particular medium or genre, a lot of people tend to over-defend it and claim that it really has no fault because of its place within that particular field. And even if the thing just had an impact with them when they were younger, they also tend to have this sort of defensive response towards criticism of it. I mean, we've all heard the term nostalgia goggles before. But here's the thing, just because something is dated from a writing or even a mechanical standpoint like with video games, that doesn't necessarily mean that the thing is bad. It's just, like I said, technology and taste change over time. However, while you may be able to find more fault with something as you compare it to a more modern viewpoint, the things that you can never take away from something is the impact that it had at the time, either on the medium or on people in general, and the message it was trying to convey. And things that are still considered classics are usually things that do both of those very well. It had a great impact when it came out, maybe not initially, but at least over time, and the message it was trying to convey was strong enough to carry forward. But just remember that being important doesn't necessarily mean that you're faultless. What do you guys think? Do you think that it's fair to consider something dated that's considered widely a classic? Do you think that we should judge all works by modern standards, or do you think that we should only judge things by the standards of the time that it came out? And while we're at it, are there works that you can think of that you feel are very dated or more flawed than people claim them to be that are widely considered classics by everyone around you? Well, let us know in the comments. If you like what you've seen here, feel free to subscribe. We have a Patreon account that you can donate to if you feel so inclined. And until next time, this has been Tim from The Spotlight, signing out.